You have been lied to, not by anyone malicious, by the entire default narrative around farming income that says you need land, a barn, acreage, and a rural property before a single animal pays you anything. That is not the system anymore. There are people right now in apartments, HOA neighborhoods, city suburbs with two-car garages, generating $500 to $2,000 a month from animals that fit in a spare room, a closet, a shed, or a rooftop. Not theory, not someday. Real operational systems running inside footprints most people already own and are not using. The opportunity is not on some rural property 3 counties away. It is sitting right underneath most people right now, completely invisible, because nobody told them what to put there. Today I am breaking down all 7. For each one, you get the real startup cost, the monthly income range, exactly how much space it needs, whether it is legal in most residential zones, and the one mistake that kills the profit before it ever starts. Stick around for number 7. It runs entirely indoors, needs no permits in most cities, and produces more income per square foot than almost any other small animal system in existence. If you want real numbers from real systems and you are tired of content that only works on a 40-acre farm, subscribe right now and hit the bell. I have also put together a free 1-page breakdown of all 7 systems. Startup cost, monthly income range, space required. Link is in the description. Grab it and follow along. That is what we do here every single week. Let us get into it. Before we dive in, I want to be direct about something. When most people hear farm income, they picture a rural property and a barn full of animals. What I am about to walk you through is a completely different model, built on one principle almost nobody in farming content ever talks about. The most profitable small animal systems are not about scale. They are about density. Profit per square foot, not per acre. When you apply that lens, the entire list of best animals to raise changes completely. What I am about to walk you through is a completely different model. The most profitable small animal systems are about density. Profit per square foot, not per acre. System number 1, Coturnix Quail. If you have watched quail content before, stay with me, because the angle most videos miss is what makes this the single best no-land income bird for suburban and city dwellers. In most American cities and suburbs, chickens are restricted or outright banned. Roosters are illegal in the majority of residential zones. But Coturnix quail are classified as game birds in most jurisdictions, not poultry. That one legal distinction is everything. If you live in an HOA neighborhood, a suburb with livestock restrictions, or even a mid-sized city, quail are almost certainly legal for you right now, without a single permit. Quail fly completely under the regulatory radar in places where every other egg-producing animal is prohibited. No permits required. Production numbers. A Coturnix hen starts laying at 6 to 8 weeks old. Chickens take 18 to 26 weeks. A quail lays nearly every single day, around 280 to 300 eggs per year. At farmers markets, quail eggs sell for $5 to $8 per dozen. At specialty grocers, Asian markets, and through direct sale, they go for $8 to $12. Fertile hatching eggs ship for $6 to $15 per dozen. Here is the math. 50 laying hens in roughly 12 square feet of cage space produce close to 50 eggs per day, about 4 dozen per week. At $6 a dozen, that is $100 per week from a system that fits in a spare bedroom. Scale to 100 birds and double those numbers. Monthly income from eggs alone on a 100-bird flock runs $300 to $600. Add hatching eggs, live chick sales at $3 to $5 each, and dressed quail meat at $12 to $16 per pound, and the same 100 birds generate $800 to over $1,200 per month. Feed cost for 100 quail runs $40 to $60 monthly. Startup, cage system through incubator and breeding stock, runs $200 to $500. The biggest mistake, treating eggs as the only revenue stream. The real income is in all 4 product lines: eggs, hatching eggs, live chicks, and dressed meat. Selling across all 4 turns a $500 month into a $1,200 month from the same birds. System number 2, red wiggler worms. I know what you are thinking. Either a side hustle for 10-year-olds or something too boring to generate real income. Both wrong. The vermiculture industry is a global market worth hundreds of millions of dollars with a persistent supply problem. There are never enough high-quality castings and live worms to meet demand. That imbalance is your opening, the economics. A pound of red wigglers sells for $20 to $40. Worm castings sell for $1 to $3 per pound bulk or $25 to $50 bagged at retail. Worm tea sells as a premium plant supplement at $5 to $15 per bottle. Startup cost: a plastic storage tote for $20, shredded cardboard bedding for free, and 1 pound of worms for $30 to $40. Total, under $60. Possibly the lowest barrier real business startup that exists. Worms double their population every 60 to 90 days under good conditions. 1 pound becomes 4 pounds in 4 months at zero additional cost. You are growing inventory for free. A 1,000 worm starter bin generates $60 to $200 monthly once established. Scale to 10,000 worms and you are at $300 to $800 per month. Serious operations in a single garage are clearing $2,000 to $5,000 a month by selling live worms, premium castings, and blended soil products, which is where the real margin lives. One Arizona worm farm does over $1 million annually, 80% of it from blended soil, not pure castings. The real margin lives. Mix your castings with compost, peat moss, and perlite, and you have a product that sells for $10 to $20 per cubic foot to home gardeners and nurseries. One Arizona worm farm does over $1 million annually, 80% of it from blended soil, not pure castings. Biggest mistake: overfeeding. It creates odor, attracts pests, and kills the colony. Feed only what the worms can process in 2 to 3 days. System number 3, meat rabbits. Quiet, odorless when properly managed, and legal in virtually every residential setting in the country, including most HOAs, because rabbits are classified as pets, not livestock. That classification is an enormous practical advantage no other protein-producing animal on this list shares. A single doe produces 30 to 40 offspring per year. Each rabbit reaches harvest weight of 4 to 5 pounds in 8 to 12 weeks. Processed rabbit sells for $8 to $12 per pound direct to consumers, $15 to $30 per dressed rabbit at specialty markets. A starter operation of 3 does and $1 fits in a footprint the size of a large dog kennel and generates $150 to $250 monthly in meat alone. Scale to 10 does, and you are at $500 to $800 monthly. But meat is not your only stream. Rabbit manure is a cold fertilizer that goes directly onto garden beds without composting and sells for $1 to $3 per pound before every planting season. Breeding stock sells for $50 to $300 per animal. Live kits as pets fetch $25 to $40 each. Angora rabbit fiber harvests every 90 days at $10 to $30 per ounce without harming the animal at all. A diversified rabbit operation pulling from all 4 streams runs $400 to $900 per month in the same shed footprint. The mistake that ends most rabbit operations before they generate profit: scaling the breeding program before securing buyers. Rabbits multiply fast. 25 pounds of monthly meat production with no restaurant account or farmer's market slot lined up means animals and no income. Line up the market first. Breed to meet demand, not ahead of it. Quick pause. Drop a comment right now. Which of these 3 systems could you realistically start this weekend? Quail, worms, or rabbits? I read every single comment, and your answer might help someone else watching figure out their first real move. Hit the like button too if this video is giving you actual numbers instead of just motivation. That button genuinely helps this reach more people who need this information. I read every comment. Hit the like button too if this video is giving you actual numbers instead of just motivation. It genuinely helps this reach more people. System number 4, honeybees. One hive occupies 4 square feet of space. It needs about 30 minutes of attention per week, and it generates income from up to 6 separate product streams simultaneously. No other single animal unit on this list has that income structure. A healthy hive produces 30 to 60 pounds of honey per season. Raw local honey sells for $10 to $18 per pound at farmers markets. That is $300 to over $1,000 per hive per year from honey alone. Beeswax renders into candles, lip balm, and wood polish at double the raw value. Propolis sells for $30 to $50 per pound to natural health manufacturers. Bee pollen sells for $5 to $10 per pound. And nucleus colonies, starter hive packages sold to new beekeepers each spring, go for $175 to $250 each. 2 hives in your backyard generates $80 to $100 per month. 5 hives puts you at $200 to $500. 10 hives managed across all product streams generates $500 to $1,500 monthly. Biggest mistake: scaling before understanding the biology. Start with 2 hives. Learn a full season. Understand the cycles. Then expand with confidence and a real baseline for comparison. System number 5. Black Soldier Fly Larvae. This sounds unusual right up until you see the economics, and then it is obvious. BSF larvae eat kitchen scraps, coffee grounds, cardboard, and food processing waste. They convert all of it into larvae containing up to 42% protein and 35% fat. Dried larvae sell for $4 to $8 per pound to poultry farmers, fish hatcheries, reptile breeders, and pet food manufacturers. The residual frass is a premium organic fertilizer that sells for $2 to $5 per pound. You are creating 2 sellable products from material that would otherwise cost money to dispose of. The black soldier fly does not bite, does not bother humans, and actually drives out common houseflies by outcompeting them for breeding sites. A small operation in 100 square feet of climate-controlled space processes 100 to 200 pounds of organic waste weekly and generates $1,000 to $2,000 per month. But the real leverage is vertical integration. If you are already raising quail, rabbits, or tilapia, larvae become free high-protein feed for those animals, cutting your feed bill by 30 to 50% while generating a product that sells. That double saving makes this the best force multiplier on the entire list. Biggest mistake: starting without a consistent waste input stream. Lock in a restaurant, grocery store, or food processor as your supplier before building the operation. System number 6. Utility pigeons. This one surprises people every time. Squab, pigeon harvested at 4 weeks old before first flight, is considered a culinary delicacy. It sells at specialty markets and restaurants for $20 to $30 per bird, and high-end chefs pay premium prices for a reliable local supplier because they simply cannot find one. One breeding pair of king or Mandan utility pigeons produces 12 to 16 squabs per year. A loft of 10 breeding pairs in 60 square feet of garage space produces 120 to 160 squabs annually. At $25 each, that is $3,000 to $4,000 per year from a system that essentially runs itself. Pigeons bond for life, incubate their own eggs, and feed their own squabs with almost zero intervention once the setup is done. They are legal almost everywhere. Pigeons are not classified as livestock in virtually any residential zoning code in the country. A loft builds in a garage corner for under $200 in materials. Monthly feed cost for 10 pairs runs $15 to $25. Daily time commitment is under 5 minutes. Biggest mistake: buying adult birds without an acclimation period. Pigeons raised from young in your loft return home instinctively. It is built into their biology. Buy adults without this foundation and release them, and they simply leave and never return. Buy young birds called squealers. Raise them in your loft from the first weeks of their life, and they imprint on that location permanently. 4 to 6 weeks of loft-only time before first free flight is all it takes to lock in that homing instinct for life. System number 7. Indoor aquaponics with tilapia. Not a backyard pond. A spare bedroom, garage, or basement operation producing both fish protein and premium fresh herbs from the same closed-loop water system. Completely indoors, 12 months per year, regardless of climate or zoning. Tilapia convert feed to body weight at roughly a 1.6 to 1 ratio, making them the most feed-efficient meat fish you can raise in captivity. A 200-gallon stock tank produces 50 to 75 pounds of tilapia per year. But here is the insight that changes the whole economic picture. The real money in aquaponics is not the fish. Research from Oklahoma State University consistently shows the plant side is where the profit margins live. Basil commands $2 to $4 per ounce at specialty grocers and restaurants. A properly managed grow bed connected to a 200-gallon fish tank produces 10 to 20 pounds of fresh basil per month. $200 to $800 monthly from herbs alone, with tilapia adding another 30 to 60 on top. The hidden income stream almost no operator captures. Education, paid tours for school groups, hands-on workshops at $150 to $300 per participant, and online courses built around your documented production data. Some aquaponic producers earn more from teaching the system than running it. Biggest mistake, no backup power. A single overnight outage in winter without backup heat kills an entire fish stock before morning. Budget for a generator or battery backup before you put one fish in the tank. Here is what almost nobody talks about when covering these systems individually. The real money is not in running one. It is in what happens when 2 or 3 of them operate together. Your rabbit manure and kitchen scraps feed the worm farm. Your worm castings fertilize the aquaponic grow beds. Your black soldier fly larvae feed the quail. The quail manure goes back into the worm bins. Every waste stream from one system becomes the input for the next. Your combined costs go down. Your total output goes up. A starter stack of quail plus worms generates $300 to $600 per month. Add rabbits and you are at $600 to $1,200. Bring in bees and the tilapia system and you are looking at $1,200 to $2,000 or beyond, from systems fitting inside a suburban property, carrying no livestock zoning in most areas, requiring no special permits, and needing no land beyond what most people already own. Which one do you start with? Here is my honest answer. Start with worms, under $60, runs in a closet, generates sellable product in 60 days, takes 10 minutes per week. It teaches you the core discipline of managing a living production system on a consistent schedule, and the castings immediately make every other system on this list more productive. Once your worm population is growing, add quail. Feed the quail manure back to the worms. You now have your first closed loop running. From there, add rabbits or bees based on which one your local market pays the most for. Test demand before scaling production. The person who starts worms this weekend and adds quail in 60 days has more real operational knowledge in 90 days than someone who reads about all 7 systems for a year and never starts. Drop a comment right now. Tell me your setup, city or suburb, space available, starting budget, and whether you want daily income, weekly income, or bigger quarterly payouts. I respond to every comment, and your specific situation might get you a direct answer that gets you started this weekend. Subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. Every week we break down systems exactly like this. Real costs, real income ranges, real starting points, no acreage required. And in the next video, I am going to show you exactly how to stack quail, worms, and rabbits into one cohesive system with a single shared waste loop, step by step, with a real budget and a real timeline. You do not want to miss that one. I will see you there.